Well, hello and welcome everyone, TGIF. That means it's thank God it's Friday. I have, of course, this coin that you can see here sent in by Martin the Silver Trader for me, of course, to showcase and share with you guys. And I also have some really big news, so please be sure to stay around, especially if you are in the UK. You're going to want to know about this. If you're a business, whatever, private seller, definitely stay tuned for this. So without further delay, let's find out. We'll go through the coin and then I'll tell you about the information straight afterwards. You do not want to miss it. It really will and can impact your business or the way that you're dealing with precious metals. Here we go. All right then, so here it is, the 2024 1-ounce silver eagle, American silver eagle. Here in front of you is Lady Liberty with the American flag behind her, the sun glowing at her feet, and well, it's just a scene of peace and tranquility. Thank God it's somewhere, at least it's on a coin, for goodness sakes, you know. The world is going, quickly to hell in a handbag, very, very quick. But moving on. So, yep, same design, same everything. Nothing really to report on this. Finally, since the release of the Type 2, i.e. this coin, the premiums have started to slowly go down. Thank goodness, because at one point it was ridiculously high. Now, this is now considered, in my opinion, and it can go back on the list of what a beginner stacker should be maybe looking at buying and investing in. It has a reeded edge going all the way alongside of it, and of course I'm a moron because I know that it flips upside down. But there it is, the Type 2 American Silver Eagle. I was going to grab out a whole bunch of the Type 1s, but then I thought, I'm not going to be making a video about this coin for any great length of time because I have important news to tell you. So this design here was done by Emily Damstra, who's the one who currently was chosen out of about 35, I believe, redesigns to do this. And there it is. It's the American bald eagle holding on to a oak leaf, and yeah, it is not bad for what it is. We have 1-ounce fine silver, e pluribus unum, which means in God we trust, and yeah, United States of America there. That's it. There's Emily's little mark down below. And yeah, so she's now immortalized there forever to be seen. So, whilst I'm kind of just showing off this coin, I'm going to tell you about some important news now. If, of course, you are a UK seller or dealer, business, whatever, if you're sending mail via special delivery or signed for tracked within the UK and outside of the UK, here's the thing, folks, is that the Royal Mail seems to be messing around with lots of different things. I have several emails and documents here that shows that the Royal Mail now want to, and I will quote, it will be mandatory for, if your package goes missing, for the Royal Mail to contact the seller, or the buyer has to contact the Royal Mail to report and file a claim. So the buyer doesn't deal with the seller apparently, and they have to fill out this claim if it's a special delivery item, so on and so forth. I'll put a link actually in the comments description to this form if I can. So they'll have to apparently fill out this form before you do, by the way. This is crucial. Before you fill in, the person sending it, does, so that they can investigate. However, the Royal Mail then kind of retracted that information because, well, it's unlawful, folks. Because the contract between, you know, if a package is lost and, you know, if they're going to, you know, refund you or replace anything, is actually between you and the Royal Mail, not, of course, between the Royal Mail and the customer and you. The customer has nothing to do with this. Customer doesn't need to fill in the form. But what happens, by the way, if you fill in the form, a claim form, that is, and the customer doesn't? Well, guess what? No refund, no insurance, nothing. That's why the Royal Mail is taking a stance. But just in case you do get one of those operators that wants to try to persist and tell you this, don't fall for it. The contract is not between the Royal Mail and the customer. It's between you and them. Now, the Royal Mail, of course, can do their own investigations and contact the customer and so on and so forth. That is for them to do their own due diligence. So that's something just to be aware of. However, you don't think it's going to end there, do you? No. So we all know that we've had, especially over the pandemic, we've had our parcels, you know, photographed at our doorsteps and everything else. Well, they were also geotagged. That was a really good thing, by the way, as I found out with one of my customers, where a parcel ended up, well, it was about 2 streets over. Luckily, when I contacted them, I spoke to them, and they quickly sent off the postie who went off, retrieved that parcel, and brought it back to the customer. All as well as and ends well. I got lucky there. Because of course the geotag, you know, showed it, and the geotag goes down to 10 meters, which, you know, is pretty small, you know, of an area, unless you live in a block of flats. Now, this is where the problem comes in, because the Royal Mails have decided as well, you know, we're not going to use a 10-meter geotag. We're going to use a geotag that will go all the way up to, or only show up to 30 meters. And then actually, they just recently said 50 meters. Now, I'm pretty sure they got that wrong when they stated that, but 50 meters, can you imagine that? I mean, okay, for an average house, you know, where I live, 50 meters away is going to, you know, show us totally nowhere near, you know, where my package should have been. But for a lot of people in the UK, especially those in flats and so on and so forth, and where, let's say you might have 2 giant, you know, flats side by side, that could actually be really, really close, and could mean that your parcel could effectively be with about 1 to 20 people. Yeah, good luck on that one. So, that is something to be seriously aware of. And I, you know, not trying to be funny, not trying to scare anybody, but the Royal Mail seems to be kind of doing this lackluster approach. And I don't understand why they would even bother not to still keep it at the 10 meters, because with all due respect, nothing's changing. The GPS is not changing. So they're still taking photographs. They're just not being bothered. So that's something that you need to, you know, be a little bit careful of, especially if the first thing kicks in, because if they do move it to, let's say, 50 meters, you ship it off to a block of flats, and the customer does not sign anything, hypothetically, well, you could be out of money. You could be out of pocket. Anyway, doom and gloom for the weekend, but there it is. The 1 ounce silver, American Silver Eagle. Was dying to get this video done, because I was going to tell you all about how you should really be buying these, Philharmonics, Canadian Maples, Britannias, Krugs, etc. But, nah, this is just the basic design, so I had to stick with it. Anyway, I really hope you guys have a great weekend wherever you are, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Share this video around, especially if it might benefit someone else. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.